Today's scripture is taken from John chapter 1, verses 43 to 51. The next day, Jesus decided to leave for Galilee. Finding Philip, he said to him, "Follow me." Philip, like Andrew and Peter, were from the same town of Bethsaida. Philip found Nathanael and told him, "We have found the one Moses wrote about in the law, and about whom the prophets also wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph." "Nazareth? Can anything good come from there?" Nathanael asked. "Come and see," said Philip. When Jesus saw Nathanael approaching, he said of him, "Here is a true Israelite in whom there is nothing false." "How do you know me?" Nathanael asked. Jesus answered, "I saw you while you were still under the fig tree, before Philip called you." Then Nathanael declared, "Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel." Jesus said, "You believe because I told you I saw you under the fig tree. You shall see greater things than that." Then he added, "I tell you the truth. You shall see heaven and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man." The word of the Lord.
This passage of Scripture is chock full of spiritual gems that are worthy of further investigation and meditation. It is tempting to try to analyze each sentence for its hidden truth. For instance, we could discuss the calling of Philip and Nathanael, or Nathanael's notorious comment, "Can any good thing come out of Nazareth?" or the significance of Christ's revelation that won Nathanael's heart in spite of his skepticism. We could contemplate Christ's remarks to Nathanael about the purity of his heart and his physical position under the fig tree prior to the call. All of these areas are worthy of close examination in terms of their implications for us, but of the multiple rhema words that may be quickened to our spirits in this passage, let's consider the final verse. Jesus has told Nathanael that you believe because I told you I saw you under the fig tree. In other words, you believe because I revealed my capacity to see and know you inside and out. If that takes your breath away, Nathanael, just know that you will see greater things than that. He then added, "Very truly I tell you, you will see heaven open and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man." Hearing these words likely caused Nathanael to think back to Genesis 28:12, where Scripture records Jacob's dream at Bethel, the proverbial house of God. It was so named by Jacob because in his dream the Lord stood at the top of this stairway that reached from earth to heaven, while the angels ascended and descended as Jacob slept below. From his position at the top of the stairway, the Lord restated his covenant with Abraham and its relevance to this third generation and all future generations. Biblical scholars believe that this image of the spiritual stairway to heaven, found in Genesis, prefigures Christ's mediation between earth and heaven through the finished work of the cross. When we tie together all of Christ's comments to Nathanael and consider their application to us, we know that A, Jesus knew us before he called us. B, Jesus knew the state of our hearts toward him before, during, and after this call. C, Jesus uses ordinary people in our lives to lead us to him. D, Jesus judges our character, not by what we do publicly, but by what we do in private. And E, just as Nathanael could not predict the greater things than these that he and the disciples would experience, nor can we. Like Nathanael and Philip, we cannot predict what wonders we will experience in the days to come. We cannot predict the ways in which the Lord of the harvest will use us to touch the souls of people. But we can be sure that if we are faithful to let the waters of his love cleanse us from all iniquity, stir up the burning embers of our love for him, rejoice in him as Lord and King, as Nathanael did, and use the tools he has given us to reach out to the lost, then our eyes will see and our ears will hear what few others see and hear. We will be given not only our glimpse into heaven's reality, but we, like Christ, will be benefited by the ministry of the angels at his command. It is the season of grace, grace to fast anything and everything that prevents us from seeking him. It's time to fast not only food, but all things that are an obstacle to knowing him. If, like Nathanael, we desire to know Christ authentically and to be known by Christ, then we will ultimately surrender all substitutes that we may ascend to the highest heights in heaven and on earth.